Hi there! Thank you so much for joining me tonight. This is Julie DiMatteo from thepaperpixie.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And in tonight's Facebook Live, we are going to put together this Merci shadow box. It's a shadow box that holds 4 Merci chocolates, and if you're not familiar with them, they are a European chocolate, but I've just started seeing them pop up in stores here in the US. Super cute way to give a little Valentine's gift. This is a shallow shadow box. It's only 3/8 of an inch deep. But let me just show you how cute. Now, I made a goof on this sample. You'll see when I take the chocolates out, I cut my paper so the hearts are going sideways. But I love this paper, and I'm not going to remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it is a beautiful specialty designer series paper. I hope you can see that gold foil in there. Just a beautiful paper. Perfect for Valentine's Day, but as you know, you can use this paper for multiple occasions. So those fit nicely in there, and then we've got a little window sheet belly band that I will show you how to make that as well. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the Painted with Love Specialty Designer Series paper, this piece measures 7.5 inches by 7 5/8 inches. I'm going to bring in the Simply Scored, and we are going to score on all 4 sides at 1/2 of an inch, 7/8 of an inch, 1 3/8, and 1 3/4. I'm just going to repeat that all the way around. Now on the short side, so that would be on the 7.5 inch side, we're going to make 2 score lines at the top and the bottom, but we're only going to go down to the second horizontal score line. That's going to be at 2 1/4 and 5 1/4. Do that on both top and bottom. So again, 2 1/4 and 5 1/4. Let me bring in the template. Now I posted this template on my blog. We're going to do something slightly different here. As I worked with this project a couple of times, I typically would create these tabs here, but for this project, I'm actually not going to create those tabs. We don't really need it because this box doesn't need to be extra reinforced, and it's a little bit challenging to work with these teeny tiny tabs. So ignore the little tab parts. We're not even going to use those on this project. We're going to make this a little bit easier, but what I'm going to do first, I'm going to keep this template out. I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish on all the score lines. Now we're going to do a little bit of cutting away. So this is the short side. We've got our little weird short score lines along here. Okay. I'm going to bring in my paper snips, and I'm just going to start cutting away these corners. Now, ignoring this tab, but I'm basically just going to cut out this entire square here. Let me just do that real quick, and it'll make more sense. And I'm cutting from the back side because it is easier for me to see the score lines that way. So I literally just removed that entire square corner. We're going to do that on all 4 corners. We've removed all 4 corners like that. Now you want to go ahead and search for those little short score lines. Cut up those score lines, and again, those only went down to the second horizontal score line. I'm just going to do that real quick on all 4 of them. All right, then what we want to do is to create this diagonal. We're going to cut, so we just cut up those 2 score lines. We're going to cut from there diagonally down to the next score line down. So we're basically cutting off this corner and creating that diagonal piece. So I feel like it's easier to cut from the back side as well. So from this point diagonally to there. And we're going to do that all the way around. And that gives us that really nice kind of picture frame finish on this shadow box. And you'll definitely get a straight line if you make the cut with your scissors in one fell swoop. It'll give you a straight line. Just line it up. There you go. All right, so let me flip this over. Here is what we've done. Again, we took those tabs. We just ignored those tabs, but that's what we've got there. Okay. So now before we start assembling, I'm going to just notch in these little 1/2-inch sections on the outside edges. And when I say notch in, I'm literally just cutting like this teeny tiny wedge out of the paper. Just gives us a nicer finish as the box goes together. Now, the only unfortunate thing about this box is you can really only get one of them out of a piece of 12 by 12 because of its size. But that means you're going to have quite a bit left over to embellish cards and other projects. So it won't go to waste. You just can't make multiples out of one sheet of paper. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and put tear and tape along these outside strips. What I will do is put the tear and tape right up to the score line there. All right, so let me bring in that. All right, so that tear and tape is all down. Now I'm gonna start by adhering the sides that are without the diagonal pieces. And what I'm gonna do there is just go ahead and remove the tear and tape backing, folding on that first score line, and then folding on the 1/2 score line. And by doing that, this will completely lay flat, and that will stick right where we want it to. Because that is a 4-sided edge there, it's just gonna go right where we want it to. Gonna repeat that on the other side. Folding on that first score line, then on the third, and pressing into place. Now I did forget one thing with my tear and tape. I want to put tear and tape right on these little diagonal edges. So I'm on the back side of the paper, just putting a little piece of tear and tape right on that diagonal piece there. And that's just going to hold that diagonal piece down when we put these two sides together. It's a little easier to do this if you haven't done the sides already. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and pull away. We'll do one side at a time. Pull away that backing as well as on the two diagonals. And what I'm going to do here is lift this up, curl this edge under, and I'm basically just kind of curling it to where this edge hits the back wall. And that's just going to make sure that it is flush where we want it. And I'm doing that before I press it down, tucking in these sides and pressing into place. So as I'm kind of squaring up these corners, pushing down the diagonal sides, pushing this down. And then we've got one of the ends done, okay? I hope that makes sense. It is a little hard to explain. It's easier done than said, I promise. All right, so again, I'm taking this edge. Let's see if I can do it from this angle. Curling it under, but I'm basically wanting it to be right. Okay, hopefully you can see. This score line here, this score line right here, that's where I'm trying to line this edge up to. I'm curling it under and meeting it up with that score line, which happens to be the back wall, and then pressing down into place. And again, as I press down, I'm pushing in the two sides so that these all meet in together and just squaring up those corners. And I'm just gently pressing, okay? So there is the shadow box that we'll put our Merci chocolates in. Let me go ahead and do that. All right, perfect fit. Now, the window sheet. So our window sheets come in 2 sheets of 12 by 12. And I have cut a piece. You're not going to be able to see this really, but I do have a piece of window sheet here. And it measures 4 3/16 by 9 7/32, which is just a hair shy of 9 1/4. There's a reason for that, because I'm paying attention to basically the I guess, the circumference or the measurements of the whole wrap of the box, but also wanting to add in just a hair more so that the belly band can slide nicely. All right, so I'm gonna bring in my Stampin' Trimmer. And the reason why I did the 9 and 7/32 is so that I could actually score this from both the left and the right in the same increment. So it's just easier to remember measurements. So the first one is going to be 2 and 3/16. So on our Stampin' Trimmer, that we've got tick marks at the 16th inch mark. So that's 3 tick marks past the 2 inches, 2 and 3/16. And I'm going to score. And while I'm doing this, because this is a window sheet, it's acetate, I'm going to press down with a little bit of force to make sure that we can see that score line. Just show you what that looks like. You can just barely see it there. Okay? So that was 2 and 3/16. And the next one is 2 and 19/32, which is just before 2 and 5/8. So what I do is I just go up to 2 and 5/8, and then I bring it back just halfway between the tick marks. That would be 19/32. So do the same thing there. So we've got those 2 score lines right there. Basically just a hair bigger than 3/8, and that will allow it to wrap around the sides of our box. So now I'm just gonna flip it to the other side and do 2 and 3/16 again. And 2 and 19/32, so a hair shy of 2 and 5/8. Okay. I think you can see both of those. All right. So now, in order to reinforce these, I'm going to fold on those score lines, and they're kind of, starting to go in a certain direction. Let me see if I can turn it. You see how it's kind of curving this way? That's the direction I'm going to fold it. Just want to pinch and score. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to start to wrap that around the box. Okay, should be a good fit on the front. And then on the back, what I'm going to do is grab my tear and tape. It doesn't really matter which side, both of these sides are the same width. I'm going to put it on the back side, so the inside edge of the window sheet. It's on this inside side, okay? Then I'm going to pull that off. Fold this up as snug as I can. Not too snug, but pretty snug. And then press it into place. Now, if you don't like the looks of that tear and tape there, what you can do is just cut a strip of DSP to 4 and 3/16 by, I don't know, 1/2 inch, and just cover that up. So then you have a piece of designer series paper covering up that. That actually doesn't bother me, but that's just an idea if you wanted to cover up that tear and tape. But now you can see that it's going to fit nicely in that sleeve. Both ways. It opens pretty easily, but it's also snug enough that it's not falling out. All right, how cool is that? I love it. The window sheets let you see what's in there. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of decoration. I'm first going to do some stamping, and we're going to use 2 new stamp sets from the Occasions catalog. I love these. Sure Do Love You and Heart Happiness. I believe they're on 2 different pages, but right next to each other. And Sure Do Love You comes bundled with the Lots to Love box framelits dies. You can get these 2 bundled together at a 10% discount. And while you're at it, you might as well buy this stamp set because it coordinates beautifully with this stamp set. So kind of this whole package, I love it. All right, so I'm going to just stamp on Whisper White. We're gonna first stamp with Powder Pink. I'm gonna use this big stamp set here from Sure Do Love You. Powder Pink. Okay, now it's supposed to have that variation in the stamp. I love it. But my New Year's resolution is to clean off my stamps as I use them. All right, clean that one off. Then, using Rich Razzleberry, we're going to stamp the sentiment, "Just for you." That also comes from Sure Do Love You. Okay. Cleaning again. All right, and then from Heart Happiness, we're going to do this open heart here, and then this little heart as well. The open heart we'll do in Rich Razzleberry. Just putting that down towards the bottom of the heart. All right. And then Melon Mambo and the little tiny heart. So cute. These all have kind of like a watercolor wash kind of feel to them. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so I'm going to pull in the Big Shot real quick. Go ahead and cut that out. All right, there's our sweet little tag here. I'm going to take from the metallic enamel shapes a little of the smaller circles here. Just put that right in the center of the Melon Mambo heart, just for a little bit of bling to tie in with the gold on the box. Okay. Now I'm going to take my 1/8 of an inch circle punch, punch a little hole at this top corner of the heart. Okay. So we're going to bring in powder pink finely woven ribbon. That's going to coordinate with our designer series paper. And we're going to tie a bow here and put on the tag. There we go. Sweet little Valentine's treat, a shadow box for holding 4 Merci chocolates. I love it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Happy New Year. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.